Alright, first off, never step out of the spawn room until your ultimate is fully charged. This doesn't only apply to playing as Symmetra, this applies to every character in the game. You will not be able to properly contribute to your team until you have your ultimate. So it is best to just keep your head down and stay out of their way until you have it. It can be difficult to just wait in the spawn room knowing that your team is out there fighting and trying their hardest, but you're only a liability until you have your ultimate. So just hunker down and wait for it to charge. Then you can finally head out, unless you are playing as Symmetra, in which case you will want to set up the teleporter in the spawn room around here. Okay. And then you can go through it like so to build up momentum for her crushing melee attack. Almost. One more and then we'll be fully charged. Okay. Then once you are at maximum power, find an enemy and melee. That is her main way of dealing direct damage. She does also have a gun, but as you can see, it's very weak and not really worth using. But thankfully, between times where she can unleash her crushing ultimate attack, she can still contribute to the war effort by using her turrets. Now you're gonna want to cluster your turrets as close together as possible so that they can protect each other. On their own, these things are very fragile and easy for the enemy to take out, but if you cluster them together, they can like huddle together for warmth and protection. And it's just a better situation for everybody involved in it. Furthermore, if you keep them, spread out, or, tuck them away in spots where they're not easily seen, you're not making use of another one of their highly important attributes, which is their ability to instill intimidation and fear in the enemy team. Now, the sight of all 6 of Symmetra's turrets clustered together is just about the most terrifying sight in all of Overwatch. If you put them somewhere and an enemy team tries to come through the area and comes face to face with these bad boys, they're going to turn right back around and run away. In fact, if you can make it to the control point or the payload and set these up before the enemy gets there, chances are they will not even step foot on it. In my experience, when I manage to do that, the enemy team will start to approach, then see these things, and they'll just sort of slowly back away. At most, they might kind of peek nervously over a window at the turrets and try to talk to each other, saying that their teammates should maybe go and see about it, but none of them actually have the nerve to, approach them. So at that point, you've pretty much won the game. So if you can do that, that's really all you need to do to be good at playing as Symmetra. Although, keep in mind, I am the 700th best Symmetra player in the world, so even with these skills, you will not be quite as good at it as I am, but you shouldn't be sad about that. I should be sad though, because even though being the 700th best Symmetra player when there's 10 million people playing the game is really impressive, nobody thinks it sounds as impressive as it actually is. I tell people, and I brag about it all the time, and they're always like, 700 doesn't sound very impressive, and I have to bring out a calculator and show them how out of 10 million, 700th is actually really good, and is something that they should be impressed about. Unfortunately, usually once you have to start explaining mathematically why you're impressive, you've usually kind of already lost the audience. But hopefully this video sort of will speak for itself, and I can just start linking to it when I tell people how good I am at playing Symmetra. So, if you could help spread the word about how good I am at playing Symmetra, that'd be great. Because even my wife doesn't respect me for it. And she should. She should respect me. She should be very, honored to be married to the 700th best Symmetra player in the world. But she just doesn't see it that way. Help her see
Perfect.
Help her see me.